Well, guys, the show just keeps getting more and more exciting. The surprises, you never know what's going to happen on the Dan's Golf World Show. Right now, we are welcoming on world number one golfer. We're welcoming on somebody with a swing that is smoother than Texas iced tea. Right, Gary?
Yeah,
Come
absolutely.
on.
Texas
I wrote that. Thank you.
Tea.
And somehow in the middle of a major week, she's making time for us on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the one and only Nelly Korda. Come on.
Let's go, Nelly.
Lucky you guys.
You know what? This is such a treat, and I do know it's an incredibly busy week for you, so I do appreciate you taking a little bit of time. But right away, I got to go into it. When I think Texas in the summer, I think hot. How are you holding up down there? They're saying average of 95 degrees. Can you give us a little insight on the weather and what it's like out there?
Well, I'm a Florida girl, so I'm used to the heat. I'm used to the humidity, so it just feels like a walk in the park for me. No, it is hot. It is windy though as well, so I think it just makes it feel a little bit better with the wind. But yeah, I mean, playing in this type of weather for 4 days, this golf course too, it's going to test you mentally. So I think a lot of girls are going to be really exhausted after this week.
Do you find that it keeps you kind of loose with the warm weather and all that, or is it just depleting and sort of just draining everything you have as you're trying to keep up with it?
My body definitely loves warm weather. It's kind of like oil for the car. That's how I feel when I play in
Yeah.
warm weather. I don't tend to play a lot of golf in cold weather because my body just feels it a lot more. So this is typically what I like to play in. I mean, growing up in this weather too. I mean, I'm used to it.
One of the things we talk a lot about on the show is kind of keeping your composure. And so talking to obviously yourself, you've played in the biggest tournaments at the highest level. What would you share with somebody if you're in a moment where you feel like things aren't going well, the last shot wasn't the shot you wanted? How do you reframe? How do you reset? How do you get yourself back into this moment and to continue on and playing the best you can moving forward?
Well, thankfully, they don't film the walk between shots typically. And that's kind of where, you let your frustrations out. I've been with my caddy for almost 9 years now, so we know each other really well. I have all my wins with him. So getting to kind of vent to him is good. And at the end of the day, I mean, you never know what's going to happen in sports. I mean, it just takes one shot, right? It's kind of cliche. It's like one shot, one opportunity. But at the end of the day, that's just how sports are. I mean, you just have to be positive.
Yeah.
Even when things are not going well, you know that you can bounce back. Bounce back birds are the greatest thing. And that's just another way to stay positive. You just know that you can bounce back. Like you've done this so many times, and it's a major championship, it's a tournament, but staying positive and patient is really important, especially with golf.
The bounce back bird. I know sometimes I'd be happy with a bounce back par. I don't know, but that's we're on a
Yeah.
different side of things here.
Listen, depending on how your round goes, bounce back pars are good too.
Yes. You talked a little bit about the wind out there, there at Fields Ranch East. This being a newer course, especially, now getting to see some major championships there. What are you seeing out there in terms of the course layout? Are you seeing some things that might play tricky this weekend? What's your sort of take on the setup of this course?
Yeah, so I'll start out with like fairways. The golf course is in amazing condition. I mean, I think it's been open for 2 years. So just with that, that the greens are going to be firmer and faster. So on a downwind hole, I mean, it's going to be crucial to hit that green and to hit it just on the green because it's just going to shoot to the back. So you're going to have like a lot of 30, 40 footers depending on where the hole locations are going to be. And then hitting the fairway is going to be a really big key this week because it's Bermuda and it's not super long, but the ball just goes to the bottom. Like there's no fluff, right? Or there is a lot of fluff so that it doesn't like sit on anything. It just goes straight to the bottom. So if you have a longer club in, you'll see a lot of the girls pitching out. So I think just overall in general, I mean, this golf course, depending on the weather too, I think weather plays a really, really big rollout here, it's going to play really difficult.
Mm. Well, there's on the fan side and the viewers, sometimes it's fun to see a little bit of punishment in, a major championship. So I'm not sure how you guys take that, but for us, we love to see a good test. So does it sound like that's what this is stacking up to be?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I love when a major championship not only tests your mental, but every part of your golf game. I mean, every part of it. You're definitely gonna have to stay very patient out here just because, I mean, that's just what a major is. And I think that's the best thing about playing in these is you never know what's gonna happen. I mean, last week at Oakmont,
Oof.
for JJ Spawn to come back, right? After the start that he had, to come back and win, like, you just never know. You can't count yourself out, and you can just tell, like, every part of your game is tested. I mean, you just never know. I mean, with the ending that Sam Burns had, which I know he got a little unfortunate with the water ball too, but it's you just that's what majors are, like, at the end of the day, like, it just tests everything, and you're beat by the end of the week. Like, you're mentally so tired, all you wanna do is just sit on a couch for a few days.
Watching the guys out at Oakmont, were you enjoying the carnage, or at any point were you starting to sort of feel for them and what they were going through?
I loved it. No, I think
Let's
seeing
go.
guys struggle like that, the best players in the world struggle, and to see, like, even, like, the outbursts, I mean, that some of them had because they were just so mentally over it, I think is really fun. Like, obviously, seeing a tournament where it's a birdie fest is a lot of fun, but also seeing a tournament like the US Women's Open, the US Open, KPMG, the PGA, where guys are struggling to make par, is a lot of fun to watch. Makes you appreciate the good golf, makes you appreciate the birdie fests.
Yeah, there's no joke to that. I mean, it's true because, and you also realize that, hey, sometimes somebody who's sort of casually playing safe, it turns into like the tortoise and the hare scenario. And it's like, man, there's a lot of ways to approach that. And it was beyond a wild Sunday. I mean, the leaderboard was all over the place. But I gotta, just one more question for you before I let you go. I know you've got an incredibly busy week, but I feel like T-Mobile has been doing a lot of really cool stuff in and around golf and in and around women's golf. Could you just talk a little bit about, what you appreciate about what they're bringing into the game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so honored to be an ambassador for them. It's been 3.5 years now, and to see them elevate the women's game, to give us a stage at the end of the day and to invest in us. I'm just a super proud ambassador, and I can't wait to see where this partnership is gonna go and to see where their dedication to the game is gonna go as well. So I'm super excited to be on Team T-Mobile, and I can't wait to see what's next too.
Wow. Well, we can't wait to see what's next this weekend and to watch the golf get underway. So we're going to let you get out of here. We know you've got probably plenty to do, but thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us. Have yourself an incredible tournament and best of luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nelly Korda.
Nelly!